So today I'm going to be trying a biryani from Solo Bowl. So I ordered also an extra egg to come with the biryani, and it also comes with some raita and some onions. Really looks good, the rice. I like the color, and I think it's a different type of sambar rice. Try the rice on its own first. Bismillah. A lot of flavor. Nice biryani spice. It's not too spicy, but you can taste the spices. Like all those, the rice nicely soaked in all those spices, you know. Even the chicken, it's not your typical roast chicken. It's not, I would say, fried, but it's nicely marinated and yeah, it's nicely cooked. I really like it. Yo, even the egg is on point. It's a nice contrast, you know, the biryani with the raita. You know, spicy and then that calming yogurt. The dog's barking, I don't know why. You can never go wrong with that. Never, never. You can't go wrong with that. Yogurt and biryani. So in Uber Eats, I saw an offer, you know, a buy one, get one free. And I just had to take the opportunity. And keep in mind, Solo Bowl is not paying me for this. I just really needed to eat something, you know, and I thought, why not when I saw this offer? Also, I just wanted to say that I called Solo Bowl. I asked them if their food is halal, as in like if their meat and their suppliers of meat, if it's halal, and they said they are, and I'm taking their word for it. If you guys still, like, for the Muslims out there, if you all still want to ask any questions, feel free to ask any questions. But yeah, I'm taking their word for it because I called and asked. So yeah, so let's talk about the price. It's a very good offer considering the situation right now of the country. So I'd recommend this offer, and quantity is really good. I wish the chicken drumstick was, you know, a bit bigger, or there was a little bit more chicken. You know, it's always good to have more protein, but yeah, it's a decent amount. There's a lot of rice, and I'd recommend this place. They're not paying me to do this. I'm very skeptical of, you know, trying out different restaurants. You know, either it comes out very mediocre or it's just not that good. But Solo Bowl hasn't disappointed me. I recommend it to you guys. You guys should try it out. So I asked Jacqueline Fernandez what was her favorite dish, and this is what she told me. One last question. What's your favorite Sri Lankan meal?
Lamprey.
So I ordered some lampreis from Malay restaurant. First of all, I really like the packaging, you know. It was properly done so the juices and all and the oils don't leak. And let's see what we have. I think we have some sini sambal, some type of chutney over here, a fried egg, a nice chicken piece, some brinjal and ash plant, and the rice. There's a little meatball sort of thing. Rice and the meatball first. Bismillah. Pretty good and spicy. Now I'll go for, yeah, the heat comes on. Now I'm gonna take some of the chicken and the rice. Yeah, it's really good. It's spicy, it has a lot of flavor, a bit salty, but yeah, it is flavorful. Wow, these are all really spicy. It's still good. Oh, and they're generous with the chicken. I have 2 chicken drumsticks in this. Let me try some of the brinjal. Everything is nicely spiced, yo. I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know what's this orange thing, but it's really good. It has a very shrimpy taste. So I'm going to finish the rest of the meal. But before I get into that, I liked all the curries. I am not joking. This is not a sponsored ad or anything. I liked everything, genuinely. And yeah, it's a bit on the pricey side, I'm not gonna lie. Malay restaurant, 1,150 for this. But it's really flavorful. There's a very nice quantity of items. So overall, yeah, try out the lampreis. It's really good. And I can see why Jacqueline Fernandez also liked this. Yeah, it's technically Sri Lanka in a meal. This is Food Portrayal. Today I'm going to try one of Shah Rukh Khan's favorite dishes. It's Hyderabadi mutton biryani. Actually, about that. I couldn't find any authentic Hyderabadi mutton biryani, but I could find some close to authentic Hyderabadi chicken biryani. Shah Rukh Khan is a Bollywood legend, known for his roles as a charming romantic, action hero, unique characters, and more. He used to love eating home-cooked food which would be fed by his mother, especially Mughlai cuisine. Now I wanted to try a proper Hyderabadi biryani, so I ordered one from Indian Affair. Now this may not be the exact biryani Shah Rukh Khan ate, however it's still a biryani. I'll start off with the rice. Bismillah. Flavorful. There's some spice to it, but not too much, but there is some spice to it. Nice basmati rice. Since it's a biryani, it's layered well. You know, there are some light grains of rice, different colored grains of rice. But yeah, it does have an Indian taste. I think they have altered it maybe purposely to the Sri Lankan market. So it's spiced a bit differently. Okay, the chicken is really good. It's very tender. I think it's the type of chicken you can, like, it's straight from the tandoor. I think so. And you can also use the chicken probably for a butter chicken. I don't know, but it's really like what you call moist. It's tender. And yeah, it goes well with the biryani, obviously. So considering the prices, I think this is okay. There was an offer on Uber, but I don't think that offer made that much of a difference. Overall, this biryani was decent. It was pretty good. I wouldn't say great, but it was pretty good. And it's spiced well. Portion wise, like, I think it's enough for one person. I mean, this is my opinion. But yeah, overall, I would say give it a shot, try. They do have good quality Indian affair in terms of food. Locally made Chinese and Thai cuisine is what we are going to be trying today from an underrated place called By the Cook. I was suggested by a friend I knew to go and check and try their food out, so I thought why not. I ordered the double non-veg combo, and while I waited I got myself an orange crush. I asked the owner if the food served was halal, and they said they get their meat supplies from halal suppliers. So the 2-meat non-veg combo came with a fried rice, chili paste, vegetable chop suey, and of course a nicely spiced Thai chili beef and some hot butter cuttlefish. I would have got prawns, but they didn't have it that day. I was the first customer of the day, so I got my order served fresh and straight from the wok. I tried the rice itself and it was pretty good. It didn't have that typical leftover rice taste, even though fried rice is made from leftover rice at times. This went really good with the chili paste. The hot butter cuttlefish was crunchy and it paired well with the crunchy spring onions and fried red chili. The heat does get to you at some point.
Spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
The beef dish was pretty good as well. Beef was tender and it tasted homemade, not like your typical Chinese or Thai takeaway. Overall, all of the food had a homemade taste to it. It all goes really well when you mix and match. And the portion size was very filling for one person, and it wasn't greasy or too oily.
Ooh, I said you got some better food. I don't want that greasy shit.
The owner was friendly and welcoming. My total came up to 1,400 LKR. I would suggest giving them a shot if you want some locally made Chinese or Thai takeaway. Vietnamese food is what I will be trying out today, from a place called The Coffee Craft, a Vietnamese bistro that serves authentic Vietnamese cuisine and beverages. I did more research and found out their food is halal as well. For years I've always wanted to try Vietnamese food, and this is going to be my first time. I knew what I wanted to order, definitely beef pho. I also ordered the fresh prawn and chicken spring roll, and I wanted to end the meal with an egg coffee. Let's start with the roll. This was fresh and had a herbal taste to it. The noodles gave it a nice chew. The rice paper holding is so thin, like really so thin, and the veggies and meat went so well with it, and you need to dip it in this sauce. Now for the main course. Look at that pho. First the broth. Such a delicious broth. Home cooked and comforting. The noodles are light and it went so well with the broth. Now the beef. The beef was sliced so perfectly it melts in your mouth. It came with a side of bean sprouts and mint. It added a nice crunch to the dish, even though the dish is great on its own. It was just missing some heat, so I got some chili paste and vinegar. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was able to handle it at first, but that heat just slowly builds up. Now the egg coffee. It was delicious. A perfect balance of sweetness, and everything was amazing. The food was great, the staff was super friendly and helpful. The owner said they kept everything authentic in terms of food, and the chef itself is Vietnamese. Do check out this place. From me, it's a yes. You definitely must go there for some authentic Vietnamese food. If you want to find some really good Jaffna food in Colombo, this is the spot. Coffee Colombo serves authentic Jaffna cuisine. I kept seeing an ad for pittu with some crab curry, but I wanted to try it with prawns instead. They also have fish curry, chicken curry, and squid curry. Before we get into the food, let's look a bit at the place. They have two separate sections, one which is a part of the restaurant and one which is a part for the hotel. So I knew what I wanted. I ordered the prawn curry with some pittu and then ordered a Milo dinosaur. Pretty interesting name. The pittu on its own was fluffy nicely balanced in terms of taste, and it was steamed hot and fresh. Now I had it with the gravy and prawns, and yo, this is heartwarming. Jaffna's seafood curry is unique. It was so well spiced. It had the pandan leaves, curry leaves, chili, grounded spices. It legit has its own unique identity in terms of taste. There was a decent set of shrimps, and the pol sambol on the side was spicy and flavorful too. Wish they gave a bit more. Now you just have to keep breaking and mixing it with the gravy and just enjoy. Similar to home cooked food, filling and flavorful. The Milo dinosaur was pretty alright, just like any chocolate milkshake. What I like also about this place is that they focus on a few items and specialize in it rather than have a large menu in which it will be hard to keep the same quality for all the dishes. Less is more at times. Do visit this place if you want Jaffna style food in Colombo. Common's Coffee House will be the place I'll be visiting today. I will be having a 4-course meal offered by the generosity of the team when I told them I'll be visiting there. The vibe and interiors of the place is lively, relaxed and charming in its own unique way. Now let's get to the food and what I ordered. Starting off with the crispy fried masala chicken strips. These were thinly cut perfectly and it was nicely coated with their mix, which had some heat to it. It has a crunchy texture and a hit of spices and definitely delicious. Then the fried fish fillet burger with the chili onion relish, which comes with some fries. Just look at this burger. That presentation is next level. The fish fillet was fried perfectly and the meat was delicate. The bun was soft. The sauces and relish balanced everything. And finally, the freshness from the greens added a necessary touch to this burger. Now for the desserts, some waffles with ice cream and some nut crunch. Again, beautiful presentation. The waffle with ice cream combination is just too good. Ended the meal with a cappuccino. Just look at that nice coffee art. It was good on its own, but I just added 1 sachet of sugar. The food served was insanely good. Like this place already has a lot of history and it's been well known for years. The staff, team, everyone I met was super friendly, super helpful and super supportive. They treated me really well. Do visit this place. Comment below if you have had a favorite moment with the Commons Coffee House.
මේ සමෝසාවකින් බොරු කරන්න බෑ.
Meet Sasigaran, a chef who specializes in South Indian vegetarian food. He is mostly known for making vades, bondas, but I'm here for an item for, in my personal opinion, I think he should be famous for, which are the samosas.
එම් පෙර මගේ නම සසීකරන්. සේසගම කියන්නේ මේක ඉන්දියාවෙන් ප්‍රසිද්ධම කෑම. හරි ඊට පස්සේ මොකද මේක සාමාන්‍ය එමෝටම ලේසින් අදා ගන්න බැරි. තව එකක් තමයි මේකේ ඇතුළේ පේස්ට් එක සම්පූර්ණ කවර් වුණාම විතරයි මේ සයිස් එකට ගන්න පුළුවන්. පේස්ට් එක පිරින් නැත්නම් මේක චප්ප වෙනවා. අනික තව සමෝසා එක දැන් පැටිස් එකක් කිව්වම පැටිස් එකේ ඇතුළේ භාගය තමයි කරි තියෙන්නේ. ඉතුරු ටික ඉස් වෙලා තමයි තියෙන්නේ. මේක එහෙම නෑ. ඔයා කනකොට එම්ම කෑල එකෙන් එක ඔයාලට පේස්ට් එක ලැබෙනවම තමයි. මේ සමෝසාවකින් බොරු කරන්න බෑ.
If you want to contact Sasigaran for private caterings, this is his number. If you want to see the full video, check out our YouTube channel. Today we will be visiting a restaurant called Double Cheese, which specializes in a variety of different cuisines, from the local favorites such as kottu and fried rices to popular international items such as pizzas and burgers. I was invited by the Double Cheese team to come visit and I thought I should definitely check it out. First thing we enter, the interiors has a red colored theme and in the restaurant there are separate sections or tables which you can reserve for special occasions. I started off with the cheese kottu, which had some mozzarella cheese on top. This was a heartwarming dish. I'm not the biggest fan of cheese kottu, like it's okay, but this kottu changed my mind. The roti, vegetables and chicken were finely chopped. There was a balance of cheese and other elements in the dish. It wasn't clumpy, it was rich and delicious. This might sound weird or controversial to some, but it felt like a Sri Lankan version of a lasagna.
What?
I also ordered this refreshing beverage, which is the blueberry mojito. Really goes well with whatever meal you order from here. Now for the spicy chicken pizza. The spicy chicken pizza had a generous serving of chicken and cheese. It was simple, legit delicious, and it's perfect for 3 to 4 people. A mix of a homemade touch with fast food. Then the crispy chicken burger. The size of this was insane. It had a generous serving of a fried chicken fillet, fresh tomatoes, onions, and it all worked so well. Double Cheese's service was very welcoming and pretty good. And also, don't forget to follow us on TikTok. Pakistani food. I'm a huge fan of Pakistani food. Honestly, I miss it so much, and there's only like maybe a few rare places where you can get really good Pakistani food. So I'll tell you the name of the place. The name of the place is Valleys. They serve Pakistani food, a bit of fusion, Maiman food. Let me try one of these samosas. Let me take this one. You heard that crunch? The chicken inside is super flavorful. It's light, nicely filled. A lot of chicken is there. Perfectly fried. It needs to go with some chutney. It's really so good. Now I have the shami kebab. This is the beef shami kebab. That is flavorful. That meat is nicely packed with spices, and there's even a slight bit of sourness. Like it's pureed spiced meat, nicely fried. And wow, chicken charga. Look at that. Took a nice piece. That marinade or sauce is crazy. Meat is just fall off the bone tender. I don't even want to dip it into chutney, but I will eventually because the spicy coating itself is so good already. To see the full detailed review and the other items I had from Valleys, today we are going to talk about a humble businessman named Ganesh and his brand of achars and pickles named Amravati. We met Ganesh while he was selling his products door to door in different shops and thought, why don't we buy one of his products? We purchased a mango pickle and within 2 weeks it was already over. I knew I had to get him featured on Food Portrayal. So we invited him over to know more about his story and then later on purchase some of his achars and give my review about them.
මම තිරගණේසබදී මම කරන්නේ මේ අච්චාර බිස්නස් ටික මගේ බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක අමරාවති කිං ටේස්ට් පිකල්ස් අමරාවති කියන්නේ මගේ අම්මා පොඩි කාලේ අම්මා අපිට රසට මේ වගේ ඩිසස් අදලා දෙනවා දැන් යා නැහැ එයාගේ රිමෙම්බර් එකට මම මේක කරගෙන ඉන්නවා එයාගේ නමට මිනිස්සු අමරාවති පිකල්ස් හොයාගෙන ඇවිල්ලා ගන්න හේතුවක් මේක ගෙදරදී නිෂ්පාදනය කරන එක. හර්බල්ස් වාගේ දාලා බේත් වර්ග ඒවා දාලා ඉන්ග්‍රීඩියන්ට්ස් වැඩියෙන් දාලා තියෙනවා. රසට අදලා තියෙනවා.
I really enjoyed the achars. Each achar had its own unique personality of spice and flavor. To contact for any orders and inquiries, this is his number. Do pause the video and note it down. Stay tuned for the next upload in which I review the achars, chili paste and chutneys. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok. This on its own, this meal is already good. Let's add a more pickle and achar element to it. In our last video, we talked about Ganesh and his brand of achars and chutneys named Amravati. This time we try some of those achars with a simple rice and curry meal. We'll add some of that. Take a bit more of the spice mix, you know. Ooh. Sour, spicy. It adds a nice element to the dish, you know. Ek hamara butter. This is the mango pickle. Oh my god, look at that mango. Yo, that mango is insane. Now, I want to try the chili paste. Too much for me, but let's see. That does look spicy. I remember trying it. Ooh, that is spicy. And it has flavor. Don't get me wrong, it's not only spicy, it has flavor. Now let's try something a bit sweet. Let's have a bit of that. It has a jam consistency. Sweet, slightly spicy. That's really nice. Okay, so this is the garlic pickle. This is strong. This you have to be like, I'm not going to say be careful, but take it in small portions with whatever you're eating with, because it's strong, but in a good way. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok. This is the newest burger joint in town you can't miss out on. Pounders is the name. They specialize in making gourmet homemade burgers, loaded fries, shakes, and more.
So Pounders was started by my longtime friend Akila and his wife Senuri. And all our ingredients from our patty to our meat sources, our chicken and beef, everything is halal certified as well. And everything is house made, starting from the sauces to all the add-ons, the meat, the patty, everything is homemade as well.
They prepared some of their top items. Let's start off with the double smashed beef burger. Look at how beautiful that looks. Oh my god. Let's go. That packs some heat. Let me tell you what makes this burger. Every component makes this burger. The beef patties, the caramelized onions, the spicy sauce, the cheese, the buns. Everything makes this burger. I need to have one more bite here. Now let's try the double smashed chicken burger. I'm not joking. I've never had a chicken burger like this before in Sri Lanka. This is phenomenal. It has a nice texture, and again the sauces and the burgers go well together. Bro, like honestly both are really good, the beef and chicken. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. In our last video, we reviewed Pounder's double smashed beef burger and double smashed chicken burger. Today we will talk about their crispy chicken strips, loaded fries and Kit Kat shake. Let's start off with the crispy chicken strips. Let me have it on its own first. It's really good and really good chicken. Let me dip it with the garlic sauce. It's some really good garlic sauce. So let me try it with the kochi sauce. Oh my god, that smells spicy also. Now let me have it with the barbecue sauce. That's some nice tangy barbecue sauce. Now on to the loaded fries. Oof, look at that. Ooey gooey fries, beef, sauces. Let's go. That is a bite. That is a bite. Oh wow. In its comfort food, it's fried, beefy goodness. Now the Kit Kat shake. The Kit Kat shake was chunky and delicious. Currently, Pounders mainly focus on delivery and takeaway. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Douy Palestine in Columbo, Sri Lanka is a Palestinian restaurant that has been on our list for a long time. I hope through this video, we can at least summarize and appreciate this country through its food. Douy Palestine is a portal where you can get transported to trying and having a taste of this country's cuisine and enjoy the ambience of their humble culture the moment you enter. From the cold appetizers such as hummus, baba ganoush and sarat al-gazawiya, all which have a refreshing aftertaste and go perfect with pita bread. Their chicken shawarma was amazing. The in-house Saj bread was light and the grilled chicken was tender and spiced well to fit the local palate. Now for the shish tawuk, falit beef and chicken and beef kebabs. Each of these dishes were tender, mildly spiced and really nice. The parsley is mixed with minced meat to form the kebab. This adds a fresh and herbaceous flavor that complements the protein. Their rice dishes were next level. They had some really flavorful kabza rice and they also had some really nice smoky mandi rice that both came with grilled chicken and in-house sauces on the side. And to end the meal, some plain tea with mint. So good. Good food, amazing hospitality and an ambience of a beautiful culture. Brunch at Titos Cafe. If you want to indulge in some baked goods such as sandwiches, savory or sweet pastries, desserts, or enjoy some high quality coffee or tea, this is the place. Today what I got was the smoked beef and jalapeno croissant. This sandwich was just too good. First off, that croissant was so buttery and flaky. That smoky beef is perfectly salty and tender. The onion marmalade just adds a unique savory and sweet touch. The cheese and mustard just brings it together. The garnish parmesan adds a nutty and rich layer to the sandwich. A really unique sandwich. The coffee was just too good. Perfectly roasted coffee with the right amount of milk and foam to balance it. It just wakes you up and goes well alongside the sandwich. For dessert, I was offered 2 types of chocolate cake. I can't complain. First off, they both look well decorated and eye appealing. The truffle chocolate cake was just elegant. The chocolate icing and chocolate cake both were just balanced in terms of sweetness and richness. Now the bête noire. This is a flourless and moist chocolate cake, rich, elegant, and delicious. This place is perfect either to catch up with a friend, have a meeting, hang out, you name it. Their staff and service was so generous, helpful and well trained, that's for sure. Visit Titos for that high quality experience you want from a cafe. This was what I had at Papa Rich. This place has been on our list for a long time, so I ordered the fried chicken wings, iced tea, and last but not least, the seafood laksa. Starting off with the chicken wings were crispy and flavorful. Now for the seafood laksa. The seafood laksa looked really good and the portion size was great. I first had some of that rich broth and this broth just hits. The spice and the richness is just perfect. There were two types of noodles. The thicker noodles were chewy and cooked well, and there was also the rice noodles which was much lighter. Both were perfect in absorbing that rich broth. There was a nice amount of calamari which was also cooked well. The prawns were really good too. The iced tea, this had the right balance of sweetness and it's a perfect beverage to go well with your meal. The interiors, the service, the ambience and of course the food was really up to the standard. I enjoyed the experience. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Today we tried some of the popular items from Chaiwala. I got the egg blanket chicken sandwich and a nice cup of zafrani chai to go with it. After seeing this poster, I had to try this. Marinated chicken is cooked on the griddle, while some onions and cabbage are chopped and mixed with pepper. Then the eggs get prepared for the egg blanket and then it is poured carefully on the griddle. 2 slices of bread are added, sauces are then added, some cheese is added on that chicken. The chicken and cheese is laid down on the bread and omelette. The onion and cabbage mix is then added. More sauces are added. Then it's covered up to make it into a sandwich blanket. It's then cut in half and it gets even more crazier as more sauce is added. And look at that, that's insane. This is actually one of the most interesting and unique dishes we have showcased on Food Portrayal. To go with this, a nice zafrani chai. I'm a chai lover, so let's start off with the chai. This was sweet and heartwarming, definitely needed. Now for this beautiful thing, definitely saucy, packed with proteins, carbs. This was crazy yet delicious. It's not every day you have something like this, once in a while it's fine. I asked if they had a fork and knife and they were like, to get all that flavor, you gotta eat it with your hands. Like I said, this was crazy and delicious. Loved the service, the food and the ambience of the place. This is part 1 of trying different types of food at the Muslim Cultural Culinary Fest and Shopping Festival. I first tried some chicken samosas from the Maiman food stall. Crispy outer layer with flavorful minced chicken on the inside. They also have rice dishes, nihari, rotis and more. Then I went to the Kafia Arabica stall. They let me try some of the samples of their beverages. The citrus crush was a refreshing and cooling beverage. Then I tried the cold coffee and this was just cooling and balanced. The homemade masala coffee was just too good. Perfectly balanced in terms of spice and flavor. I tried some of the pastos. It was filled with a bit of tripe, also known as barbut, and some potatoes. Mildly spiced filling from what I remember yet flavorful. I then went to D&D where they serve homemade Indonesian food and I got myself this noodle soup bowl which is also known as bakso ayam. It had yellow noodles, rice noodles, fried tofu, crispy onions, green onions, chili sauce, chicken meatballs and its stock, and ketchup manis, a type of soy sauce. This was mild yet comforting. I even had it with an onion cracker as it just needed something crunchy on the side. This was really a simple homemade noodle soup which was filling, flavorful and slightly rich as you keep having more of it. I love the hospitality from all the stalls. Stay tuned for part 2 to see the other stalls I visited at this event. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok. This is part 2 of trying different types of food at the Muslim Cultural Culinary Fest and Shopping Festival. First I tried some toplan with a cracker. The brand's name is Aromatic Toplan. It was exactly as advertised, spicy and delicious. I then went to the Bora kitchen. She was kind enough to give me a small tour of how they have their traditional meals from the appetizer to the main course. I saw some jalebi and it's been a while since I had some. And when I got my jalebi, surprisingly they gave me with some curd. This was an interesting combination. The sweet, crispy and rich jalebi with the slightly tart curd in a way works well together. The jalebi on its own also was perfect. I then got a cookie pie cake to take home. I got it from Majo's Kitchen who collaborated with Zephyr LK. I had to take a small bite first. This was rich, chocolatey and it had the perfect cookie dough consistency. And then last but not least, we went to AAHM food stall. I got the dahi puri and an aloo samosa. I first tried the samosa and this was too good. Like really the outer layer, the fillings was perfect. The mint and tamarind chutney just works so well with this. I then had the dahi puri. You got to eat this in one bite. The chutneys, the crispy puri, the potato fillings and yogurt to calm it all down, really good. They were so kind and they didn't even let me pay. Hope you guys enjoyed this series. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the bell notification icon. If you are craving Arabian delights and cuisine, this spot is for you. Yes, you. Starting off with the signature sweet potato fries, which comes with some sauces. The crispy and thick fries were addictive and go well with the sauces. Now for the pulled beef shawarmas. The beef was tender and there was something unique about their signature marinade. The sauces, sarj bread and salads work well together with the pulled beef. This was delicious, and to make it a full meal, it comes with some sweet potato fries. Then the smoky rice with grilled chicken. First I got to try that rice. That rice has nicely absorbed all the spices. Chicken had a nice char and it was mild in terms of spices but cooked well. Now for a bite with the rice, chicken, the sauce and the salad. What a bite. That's a fire combination. This spicy tomato sauce on the side is insanely good. Now for the beef chops. That beef with curry sauce was so good. It had a slight bit of heat to it from what I remember. It comes with sarj bread and hummus, and I'm telling you, this hummus was really on point. And for dessert, waffles with Nutella and some ice cream. You can't go wrong with this. For those with a sweet tooth, you must get this. I ended the meal with some Arabic coffee, which is a new item on their menu. I think I could taste cardamom, I'm not too sure. And it was also slightly sweet as well. The service, interiors, ambience and of course the food makes for a nice dining experience. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the bell notification icon. This is Food Portrayal. Fresh naans, crispy jalebis, authentic butter chicken, flavorful pav bhaji, savory and sweet chaat are some of the few things you can get from the chaat company. I started off with the mixed chaat platter. First the sev puri. This was like a crispy cracker that goes well with the toppings and chutneys. Then the pani puri. You got to eat this in one bite. Spicy, sweet, sour, cooling and fresh is how I would describe some of these chaats. Even the dahi chaat was so nice. My favorite will always be the dahi puris. Now for that pav bhaji. So pav technically means bun. Here they use a burger bun, which is still fine, nicely buttered buns. And the bhaji is a mix of spiced and smashed vegetables. This was flavorful and you have to eat it with the chopped onions. For variety, I thought I'd try at least one of their Chinese Indian fusion items, so I went for these wings. Sweet and slightly tangy chicken wings, which would make a great appetizer. Now the butter chicken with butter naan. That naan was prepared fresh in the tandoor and it goes so well with the butter chicken. The butter chicken was just too good. The curry sauce it was cooked in was perfect. This is the most authentic butter chicken I had in Sri Lanka so far. For dessert, I tried some jalebi with rabdi. This is a popular combination in India and yeah, you can't go wrong with this combination. Slightly crispy and sugary jalebi with that sweet and slightly sour rabdi was amazing. I had to get the masala chai. Perfectly spiced and sweet. Yeah, I'm visiting this place again. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the bell notification icon. This is Food Portrayal.